and letters from brothers and sisters who are thrilled with the new hour requirements for pioneers. One sister wrote, "As a mother, wife, homemaker, part-time worker, and caretaker for elderly parents, you have absolutely no idea what the update did for me today. I have tears even as I am writing. We are all so tired right now, but want nothing more than to faithfully serve Jehovah and stay active in reaching people in these last days." The announcement to reduce the pioneer hours was such an answer to prayers. It was so faith-strengthening and a complete reassurance of Jehovah's love for all of us. Thank you so much. Another sister wrote, "I just wanted to take a minute to tell you how happy I was to get the new information on auxiliary pioneer hours. I cried. I have kidney dialysis 3 times a week. It takes a lot of my strength, but 15 hours, I can do that. What a wonderful God we have." These messages no doubt reflect the thoughts and feelings of many of you, dear brothers and sisters. And isn't it encouraging that since January 1st, 2023, theocratic schools have resumed in person? Worldwide, more than 430 classes of the School for Kingdom Evangelizers and more than 170 classes of the School for Circuit Overseers and their wives have been approved for this next year. Additionally, elders have begun attending in-person classes of the School for Congregation Elders. We pray for Jehovah's rich blessing on these arrangements. We have another exciting announcement. We're very pleased to inform you that beginning June 1st, 2023, tours of many Bethel facilities will resume worldwide in accord with local circumstances. Initially, for health and safety reasons, the number of persons permitted to tour Bethel will be considerably reduced. If no significant difficulties are encountered, the number of persons permitted to tour Bethel will gradually be increased. The local branch office will provide further details on this matter later this month. Of course, our thoughts and prayers have also been with our brothers and sisters in Turkey. The magnitude 7.8 earthquake that struck on February 6th has taken thousands of lives. No doubt you've been wondering how our brothers are doing. We have Brother Ercüment Kadim with us to give us an update. Thank you for joining us, Brother Kadim. Can you tell us the latest on the situation?
Thank you, Brother Cook. Over 500 witnesses live in the affected areas. Sadly, one elderly sister died, as did a brother along with his wife and their 2 small children. Thankfully, no other brothers or sisters were killed or injured. Since 120 brothers and sisters have been displaced, some have wondered how they are being cared for and how the relief efforts are going. Thankfully, all have been accommodated either by family or friends or have relocated elsewhere. Their physical, emotional, and most importantly, their spiritual needs are being well cared for by the disaster relief committees and the local elders. It will take time to determine what their housing needs are and also what is possible. Many have asked, what can the Brotherhood do to help? Please, keep us in your prayers. And we also appreciate the generous support from our worldwide Brotherhood. Your donations have enabled the organization to provide relief to those in need.
Thank you, Brother Kadim, for your hard work with the relief efforts. We're keeping all of you in our prayers.
Thank you, Brother Cook. We appreciate the support of our worldwide Brotherhood.
Since our last update, we received a very exciting announcement. On January 18th, 2023, Brothers Gage Flegel and Jeffrey Winder were appointed to serve as members of the governing body. We're happy to have them with us here in the studio. and we'd like to spend a few minutes together so you can get to know them a bit. Well, brothers, we understand that you were both raised in the truth by your Christian parents. So, what helped you to come to love Jehovah and want to serve him? Jeff, we'll start with you.
Having parents that were well grounded in the truth really did make a big difference to help us children choose the right path. And we always knew and loved the truth, but as I got older, particularly in my mid-teen years, the truth really became more personal and more real to me. It's almost like it kind of went from black and white to color as it became more personal in that way. And the district convention in 1985, as it was then called, had a deep impact on me, particularly the baptism talk and the concluding talk really spoke to me. And I could tell I was just beginning to make the truth my own during that time. So by the following year, beginning of the calendar year, I dedicated my life to Jehovah and got baptized.
Very nice. Thank you, Brother Winder, for sharing that. Gage, we'll ask you the same question. Get your thoughts on it.
Well, as was true with Jeff, home was fertile soil for my brothers, my sister, and me to grow spiritually. Both of my parents were living examples of faith. My father took advantage of the opportunities to teach us about creation and what this revealed about Jehovah's qualities, his personality. I have precious memories of getting up early and watching the sunrise with him. My mom, she started regular pioneering when I was 11 years old and has continued to this day. Her constant example of putting Jehovah first was definitely made a deep impression in my mind. And I was able to join her in the regular pioneer ministry my senior year of high school until I was able to go to Bethel.
Well, what nice comments, brothers. We want to know more. So here's another question. What motivated you to pursue full-time service and Bethel service? And Jeff, please.
For me, a good association played a big role. As it turned out, at the circuit assembly that I got baptized, several other young brothers from our congregation got baptized as well. And at the end of that assembly, it occurred to us that we could auxiliary pioneer now. And so we decided to do it the very next month. And we loved it so much, we pioneered the following month and all through that summer. And by then we were hooked. We loved it, and three of us went directly into regular pioneering. And for Bethel service, my two older brothers served at Wallkill before me when I was just a teenager. And we had an opportunity to visit while they were there, and just seeing Bethel and seeing all that took place there really instilled in me the desire to want to serve at Bethel when I became old enough.
Very good. And Gage, what motivated you?
Well, full-time service was the right thing to do. To me, dedication to Jehovah and serving him in the fullest capacity possible go hand in hand. So that was always the goal that my parents had set before us. We always had special full-time servants that would stay at the house, circuit overseers, Bethel family members. They would stay, and seeing their joy is something that motivated me along those lines as well. At age 12, I was able to attend a Bethel meeting at the regional convention back at that time, and so it became crystallized in my mind that that's the direction I wanted to go.
Very good. And you started at a very young age, having an interest in Bethel service. That's delightful to see. Third question for you. What have been some of your assignments at Bethel, and how have you benefited from them? Jeff?
Well, I began Bethel at Wallkill, and my first assignment was in the cleaning department. And for me, starting Bethel service in cleaning was an excellent way to start, because Bethel can really teach you some very valuable qualities like obedience and patience and humility. And starting off in a support department like cleaning, I felt like it really gave me a good head start in developing these qualities that would be useful the rest of my life. After that, I was transferred to the farm department, and I worked in what was like produce processing at Wallkill. And again, just a lot of fun. Good brothers and sisters that we worked there, spiritual men and women, a lot of hard work, but one that I thoroughly enjoyed. And it was about 3 years that I worked in that department. And then I was transferred to the office, and that began a period of about 22 years of serving as a secretary for various brothers in various aspects of the work there at Wallkill. And during that time, I had the privilege to work along with brothers that had served Jehovah for years, had deep experience and wisdom and knowledge on how to administer the work at Bethel, and that really molded me and taught me things that I drew on in future assignments, and I continue to draw on today. And of course, during that time, you and I had the privilege to work together for about 10 years in the Bethel office. In 2016, I had quite a surprise when we were transferred to Patterson, and I was asked to work with the Audio Video Services Department. And I knew nothing about making videos or audio products. But the brothers and sisters there were so patient with me, answered all my questions, and in time then I began to learn the work and really came to love it and enjoy it. A very interesting work, but such a huge privilege to contribute to the production of spiritual food. And I really came to love the brothers and sisters in that department. And then in 2020, another big surprise when I was asked to transfer, we were asked to transfer to Warwick. And I was asked to work in the Personnel Committee office, again with just a solid group of very skilled and devoted brothers in that office that I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Well, thank you, Jeff, for going through that background with us. We enjoyed hearing that. And Gage, now for you, what have been some of your assignments and the benefits that have come from that?
Well, I started working in the bindery. I worked at the bindery for 8 years, and that taught me the value of being punctual, working hard, getting your job done, even if it was very hot. Conditions weren't always the best. And also the value of working with people of different backgrounds, different cultures, completely different from what I was accustomed to, and working together in unity and peace. Then I was transferred to the service department, an office environment completely different from the bindery. But I learned there the importance of getting all the facts before commenting on a matter, the importance of many advisors, consulting with different brothers before sending direction out, and also the practical value of Jehovah's Word, whether it's a personal issue, whether it's a family issue, whether it's a congregation issue. Jehovah's Word is practical in all of those scenarios. And then in 2015, I was asked to work with the Teaching Committee office. And there I learned that not simply preparing delightful words for the International Brotherhood, but also the importance of accurate words, preparing that for the Brotherhood, and seeing Jehovah's Spirit make sure that the completed project came about.
Thank you very much, Gage. We enjoyed hearing that background from both of you brothers and how you've benefited from it. But we're going to bring it right now back to the scriptures and this thought. Is there a scriptural thought that has strengthened you as you begin this new assignment? And Jeff, we'll start with you again.
There is. In recent weeks and months, we've really come to hang on a couple of verses in Isaiah 26. And particularly with this assignment, I know that I could not accomplish this assignment on my own. And there's been moments of feeling a bit overwhelmed. But here in Isaiah 26, it's so reassuring from Jehovah. Verse 12 says, "O Jehovah, you will grant us peace, because everything we have done, you have accomplished for us." I feel like Jehovah is just reassuring me that you're not going to have to do it on your own, that Jehovah would help me. And I love that it's in the past tense. Everything we have done, you have accomplished, because we have history with Jehovah. I've seen him specifically helping me in past assignments to accomplish things that I knew I couldn't have done on my own, but Jehovah helped. And so then that reassures me, and as the verse says, it gives me peace. And in verse 3, it develops that even further. It says, "You will safeguard those who fully lean on you. You will give them continuous peace, because it is in you that they trust." So this connection between trusting in Jehovah, fully leaning on him, and having continuous peace. So if I've had those moments where I begin to feel a bit anxious or overwhelmed, this scripture comes to mind. Don't forget, fully lean on Jehovah. Jehovah's going to do the job. And then that peace can resume.
Beautiful set of scriptures there to share with us. We appreciate that. Brother Flegel, same question for you.
I also have two verses. The first one is Mark 14:36. Jesus' words on the night before his death. He said to his Father in prayer, "Not what I want, but what you want." So my wife and I are a bit shy and reserved. So this is not the assignment that we naturally would prefer, but our life is not our own, and Jehovah guides us our steps according to his will. And then the other verse is found in Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. Comforting words from Jehovah. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be anxious, for I am your God. I will fortify you. Yes, I will help you. So it's comforting to know that Jehovah doesn't expect more of us than we're able to accomplish with his help. So that's definitely comforting as we're moving forward in this assignment.
What great scriptural thoughts, Gage. Thank you very much for sharing those, and both of you brothers for sharing all of your comments with us. We love having you on the governing body, and we wish you Jehovah's rich blessing on your new assignment. It's wonderful to see Jehovah's people busier than ever in kingdom work. We know this memorial season will be filled with joyful activity as we search for honest-hearted ones in the ministry. May Jehovah richly bless each of you, dear brothers and sisters. From the world headquarters of Jehovah's Witnesses, this is JW Broadcasting.
Mo tong dukhang nga bag-ong kuan sa governing body no. Kato na asa to fog project ha?
Gage
Flegel
Jeffrey
Winder. Flegel.
Sa meto nakatunan.
Taro nga nang imong pagstorya daw. Mura mag
about sa part nga question katong brother Jeff about sa katong pag-assign sa cleaning department. Ang katong first time nakaado sa battle ka na-assign sa cleaning department kanya kay good siya nga head start kanang dili kay siya heavy or easier siya ma-learn kanya kanang similar to nato karon nga kanang saksi sa natay mga small steps to take na aron maka-achieve ka sa ato ang gusto ang sa atong spiritual journey. So kanang pareha sa katong iyang pag-assign sa cleaning department naabot siya sa katong audio sa Patterson nga building. Kanang similar po nato na nag-start test mo sa ato ang kuan pag-iswag sa atong kaugalingon sa spiritual kanang ang field kanang kasi gusto natin i-develop sa